Trump's going all in on uranium because AI and EVs can't run on political promises. U.S. nuclear policy has been stuck for decades, but building reactors on military bases just changed the game. Demands already outpacing supply stockpiles are nearly tapped out, and the only thing that can move next is the price. Watch the full video, because this isn't just an energy shift, it's a power play that could turn the entire market upside down.
Gary, first thing we're talking about uranium. Where's the market going to go to get enough supply? That's the question you're going to answer for us in this first thing, Gary. Thing number one, President Trump puts in a bid on uranium. What do we need to know?
All right, so first of all, Rob, the U.S. nuclear regulatory policy, combined with the effectiveness of environmental activists, have ensured that in the last 40 years, only 2 nuclear plants have been planned and built in the United States. During that 40 years, there have been 6 other plants that were completed, but they were started earlier and took decades to build. The point is we have really stopped building nuclear plants. And the issue with that is that the U.S. needs more power generation capacity. And the truth is building more carbon-based energy production isn't politically viable. Whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be built. The fact is, if you want reliable power that isn't carbon-based, the answer is going to have to be nuclear. Wind and solar are too intermittent to power AI data centers. That's going to require nuclear power. And beyond all of that, right, if you want to have lots of EVs, the electrification of everything, we don't have the capacity for all this. Again, nuclear power needs to be built, and there are all kinds of regulatory issues. So this last week, President Trump actually found a way to cut through all of the regulatory red tape. He intends to build nuclear plants on military bases. Now, some people might say, hey, wait a minute, you know, that'll take too long, it'll take decades, but there's new technology. You know, everybody's thinking about like the Gen 3 nuclear plants. Those are the ones that, like, you know, you'd see on The Simpsons with the giant, you know, cooling towers. But the new ones, the SMRs, the small modular reactors, the new nuclear, these things fit in a shipping container and can power, you know, a whole hospital, or, you know, take a few of them to power an entire city or to power one of these AI data centers. And you know, they work, and they only need to be refueled, some of them every, you know, 10, 20, 30 years. So it actually is something that could be done during his term. These things typically can be built in about 1 to 2 years. And with the regulatory, you're probably looking at like 2 to 3 years to get something done. It actually could be done within his term.
Gary, super interesting. And I'm curious I know you're bullish on uranium, and you've been talking about uranium longer than anyone. I know there's a few others out there, but, you know, even in the written version of the 5 things, hopefully we can show up the graphic here, going back to 20, you know, we've seen kind of flat, maintain, and then you got that AI spike, right, from 22 until earlier earlier in 24, right? ChatGPT coming online. You talk about the need for AI, uranium and nuclear, obviously a big driver there. But we've obviously seen a little bit of a pullback, you know, getting us from about the $80 price per pound down to about $50 price per pound where it sits now. I know you're still bullish on uranium. Tell me why you think it's still a good entry point.
So, Rob, this is one of these things where my thesis is so ridiculously simple. It's like a back of the envelope thesis. Current demand exceeds current production. And the difference for years has been supplied by dwindling stockpiles. Based on best estimates of how much storage there is, how much uranium is in storage, there are about 2 years left of storage supply left at current demand rates. After that, here are our options. We do increase supply or cut demand. And remember, if it takes a while to adjust supply, supply doesn't adjust quickly, right? It's not like, you know, you can go out and just produce more uranium. You need to start mining it. That doesn't happen overnight. The only thing that can adjust in a situation like that is the price. And by the way, all of this is happening at the same time that reactor lives are being extended, Multiple decommissioned plants are being recommissioned. That's something that's never been done before, but 3 of them are being done in the United States right now. One in Pennsylvania, one in Michigan, one, I can't remember. I want to say Wisconsin, it might be Minnesota. Somebody help me out on that. Put it in the comments, please. I'm drawing a blank on where the third one is. And the world is building new plants. China is building a huge new nuclear fleet. So here's the thing. New demand is going to come online before new supply does. And again, the only thing that can adjust is the price. President Trump's move is an effort to secure U.S. energy independence. It's something he's talked about for years. There's more demand coming, and the U.S. government can outbid anybody for supply. So I actually just increased my uranium position today. DKI subscribers knew about it over the weekend.
Great stuff there, Gary. Yeah, no, I know we're in tune with that. A couple articles released, I believe it was over the weekend, whenever that was, that hit DKI premium subscribers first. And obviously, what adjustments within the portfolio were being made for that repositioning and readjustment. And Gary, one of the things that you talk about that I love most about AI, and just again, I look at it from the AI perspective, how powerful that is, the deployment of it, the use of the technology, and how powerful. And as you always say, what happens with good technology tends to get used more, which creates more capacity and need for energy and demand. Simply tracks it back. So I love the simplicity of the thesis that you bring to the position there.
And by the way, Rob, I just want to point out, it was only back in January, just a few months ago, that DeepSeek made everybody think, oh no, the cost of running AI models was going to go down and it was going to kill AI demand. And everybody who was smart said, wait a minute, lower price is going to mean more usage, right? This is how you end up going down the technology curve. Now, I don't actually think DeepSeek has anywhere near the savings they claimed. And we discussed that in multiple prior issues, the 5 things. We don't need to go through it here. But the point of all this is AI demand is only going to grow. And so unless everybody wants to go without air conditioning this summer, you're going to need more nuclear power.